So you want me to do a one watch, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Do I get paid?
No.
Okay. Do I get like, I don't know, some form of payment like food? I don't know.
No.
No. Okay. Do I get anything?
Sam? Anything?
No.
No?
Well, at least give me something. That's not what I meant.
Hello and welcome to One Watched. This is the show where we talk about shit we've watched.
Yeah, that's the concept.
Yeah.
Joined again by Annie. Hello, Annie.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Have you recovered from the intro?
Yeah, definitely.
Good.
Love me some pie.
Cool. Right, we talk about things we've watched. Annie, have you watched anything?
Yeah, I watched a few things. So I went to go see The Great Showman on Friday.
Oh, okay. Because you mentioned this in the last one.
Yeah, I did.
P.T. Barnum.
Yeah.
The old
because
propaganda.
I went to go watch it and all I could think of was what you said. And I was
My
like,
rant.
Yeah, and I was like, shit, am I going to enjoy this now? And it definitely kind of made me think about some things that they glossed over in the show. But I don't know, but it was good. If you just want to like not think about possibly how...
Just change the name of the guy and say it's not based on anything true.
I think so, maybe. They maybe shouldn't just not, because they made it seem like they gave him a bit of a redemption story, and I was like, okay. But it was good. It was really well made, and the music was amazing, and it was really interesting, like choreography wise, and like the way it was made. Like there was just tempos and stuff, and I was like, this is really cool. I like this. Yeah, and there wasn't a weak person in it. I really enjoyed it, and I watched the Lego Batman movie the other day.
Fair play.
It's really good, and I hate
Lego
that
Batman.
I can say that. I hate the fact that I really enjoyed it. I was so invested
What?
in the plot.
Are you surprised? Lego and
Yeah.
Batman. Those two things are great.
Yeah, but it's a kids' movie,
So?
like primarily, and I
So-
was super invested in the plot. So like my friend who
Pixar.
watched it. Is it Pixar?
No.
No,
The thing,
Pixar, every
Pixar.
film, it's a kids'
It's a-
film.
It's a kids movie.
Oh yeah, no.
There's no Pixar
right.
film that is not for everyone.
Mhm.
I'd argue some Pixar films aren't that good for kids. Like that one in The Mind, Inside Out.
That is for kids.
It's meant to
a
be
fantastic. Right,
Oh.
so I watched that when I was really ill, and I probably shouldn't have watched it on like this particular day that I was ill because I wasn't in a great place. So I just cried throughout the whole thing. But I was talking to my friend who's studying psychology, and he is now a social worker, and he works with children and things. And he's like, there are so many jokes in that you would understand if you were a psychologist or you study psychology, but then if you don't, you still get it, and it's like a fantastic way for children to understand how the mind works, and that you will be sad at times and there's no reason for it, and how psychology works.
Fair play.
So it's a perfect way for children to understand that mental health is an issue from a very young age, but then also adults going, oh my god, that makes so much sense.
Yeah. I haven't had the joy of watching with a child. Just when I watched it, I was like, this is brilliant, but
Yeah.
it doesn't feel that kiddie.
Yeah.
It feels far too, like, not kiddie.
Yeah, I feel like Big Hero 6 was like that as well. I was like, this
What
is
was
quite
that,
sad.
sorry?
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6. Don't
I
know it.
cried my eyes out. That I was like, oh my god, this is horrible. And I was watching it with my friend, and he fell asleep, and we were at my house, and he was like, look, don't worry about me. I'm like super tired, so just carry on watching it without me. I was like, whatever. And I was sat there and I was like trying not to blubber because I was so upset about it, and I was like, I'm gonna have to go to the toilet and like cry because he's gonna wake up and be like, Annie, why are you crying? I was like, yeah, it was really emotional. Again, I might have been really ill. I can't remember, but
got you.
I feel was quite
Yeah.
not really kids, because it really told, like, it played with the like family death, like of a brother rather than like a father or a mother, and that's something that I don't think Disney have done before. So that was really interesting. And then I need to watch it again because it was really good. But there was lots of avenues they took that I don't think they've been down before, and that was like new and upsetting.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this back round. So let's start with The Greatest Show.
Yes,
Yeah.
The Greatest Showman.
Recommend it?
I would
Jackman doing
recommend
alright?
it, and Hugh Jackman is amazing. I was talking to a family friend on Saturday, because I was into her after work, and she was like, "I don't like musicals," and I liked it. So it is one of them that is really easy to watch, and there's a character in it who's like, what is he? He's a critic, and he comes to watch like every single show. And he just writes poor reviews about the show, and P.T. Barnum's like, great, fantastic, thanks, like I really appreciate that, which is really fun because I love it when people go, I don't give a shit. But he is the one that kind of points out that he is exploiting them. He was kind of the voice that I heard saying what you were saying, basically.
But he's also the villain of the piece.
But he wasn't really the villain, he was more like the conflict, I guess. But he wasn't even like a villain, because I think the villain there isn't really one, it's just P.T. Barnum getting caught up in this need to be the best and to constantly strive for more because he wants it for his wife, to prove his father-in-law wrong, and it's all actually for himself. Like he forgets that he forgets the true cause for it, and he'll go off and find someone better. So he starts off with like his group of oddities, air quote, and like interesting people that society has shunned, and he uses them, and he's like, I'm gonna make you guys loved and whatever. And people do, and then there's obviously, you get your group of people that are like, no, we're gonna riot because this ain't wrong. And it was a lot of, go back to where you came from. Well, they all came from that city, so yeah. And then he finds someone else that's like, she's really big in Europe, and she's not odd, she's just normal, but she's got a really good voice. So he brings her over to America.
She's German.
Yes.
Right, she's based on someone.
Jenny Lind.
Is that, yeah,
Jenny Lind.
very famous.
Yeah, brings her over to America, makes her huge over there, and then she's like, actually, you know what? She calls him out on this as well, cool. And then ends up whatever.
Well, yeah, avoid the spoilers.
Yeah, sorry, spoilers.
Okay, so you recommend it?
You would. Yeah, I've just got a few issues. Did you boogie and
sing along? Or,
yeah, I've listened to the soundtrack. The soundtrack's really good. My favourite one's got to be Zac Efron and Hugh Jackman singing together, drinking whiskey. What is it? They're like taking shots, but they do it in time with the music. It's great. Nice. And then the bomber's there just sweeping along with the music. It's great. Yeah, it's good. I would recommend. I would.
Okay, Lego Batman.
Oh my god, yeah. That was really weirdly gripping. Yeah. So I saw my friend had posted about it the other day, and he was like, he's what, 25 now? And he was saying, I'm far too invested in the plot of Lego Batman. I was like, Joe, you're so silly. Look at you getting involved in things like this. You're such a laugh. And then we watched it on... What are we on today? We're on Thursday. I think it was Tuesday night. I watched it Tuesday night, and I was like, oh my god, he was right. He was so right. It was really good. It's just like Batman has to learn to get involved and learn to love and let people in, and it was really good. Yeah, it's really good. And do you know how we were talking about bat repellent spray in last podcast? Yeah, they had it. Yes, the Lego Batman. I was like, ah! I love Lego Batman. It was so good. Yeah, they had the bat repellent spray because they do honour all of the Batman like throughout the years, and Alfred said, "Look, I've seen you go through a lot of phases," and it went through Batman vs Superman, the Dark Knight trilogy, the Batman Forever type shit, the all of them up to like 1960, like the Alan West ones. So it was really good. It was really, really good. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, is there who are the villains
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah,
Nice.
they all make an appearance. So even the really obscure ones, and they're like, "Did you just make some of them up?" And we're like, "Nope."
Actually, give me names.
Like Condiment King. Apparently that.
Okay, yeah,
I don't know if that was.
Fries, ketchup, and mustard.
Yeah. That was the only one I could remember. I think because that was
from the cartoon.
Yeah. There's Bane, but Bane had Tom
Bane's
Hardy's
not
voice.
obscure.
No, I know, but
He's-
Bane. Yeah, no, I know Bane's not obscure, but Bane had Tom Hardy's voice, kind of.
That's
Yeah.
a lovely, lovely boy.
Yeah, they were doing that, and I was like, I love that. And made it just comical. It was like Tom Hardy. Yeah.
You made a terrible mistake.
Not as big as yours, I fear.
Do you know if you get a glass and you just talk into it, you sound like Bane?
Bane.
It's great. Who else? I can't think. But obviously it was mainly just Joker and Harley Quinn.
Who did Joker's voice? Do you know? Or
Do you know? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up because they were good. I just like them.
there's a line of like 2-3 people, Joe something, Mark Hamill, and someone else that do Joker voice. And they're all amazing.
No, I've got to look it up. Okay.
Cool. Annie's looking out. Dead air time.
Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, hands out. There's a laugh. She's banging. Snorting.
Fuck off. No, it's not.
Who is it?
Zach Galifianakis or whatever his name is.
Oh, from like Hangover and stuff.
Yep.
Cool. That?
There you go. Yeah. You always get someone big to do
Yeah.
Joker's voice.
Who's in it? Jason Mantzoukas. You know who's in Good Place? He played Scarecrow.
Which
He
one's
was
he in the good place?
What's Janet's boyfriend?
The one she built herself.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. There's some big faces in this.
So I've not learned. I've learned a spoiler. I'm guessing from season 2.
Oh, you've not done season 2 yet.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh well, no, it's
Well, there
okay.
you go
He's
then.
only in it for an episode, so it doesn't matter. Eddie is
You've
on
not caught up with season 2, have you?
Yeah, I've not watched the latest episode now.
Are you up to date?
No,
No.
I think I've probably missed about 2 episodes.
Fair.
Fair play, but oh well.
Big episode. Big
I
episode.
know, it left on such a cliffhanger. I was like, oh god damn it. But yeah, Lego Batman was really good, and I kind of went, oh no, I'm not gonna watch that because I enjoyed the Lego
movie. I
movie.
don't like Batman.
No, I don't mind Batman. I just
You hate
I
Batman.
hate the fans. I think.
You hate people. You hate orphans. Oh, my parents are dead. Oh, get over it.
I think because I know quite a few people that are obsessed with Batman, and I don't get it. I just don't.
He's the hero we deserve.
But
The hero we need. Or I can't remember.
Yeah.
Is he the hero we need or the hero we deserve?
it is
the
the hero we
He's
need,
the hero
not the one we deserve. Yeah, and I thought this is just going to be a massive jerk off, and it's going to be like, Batman's amazing, look how funny we can make him, and just be like full of really shitty children's jokes and maybe the odd adult humour in there, but actually it was really well done and really quite funny.
Did you ever see the Lego film?
Yeah, I did.
It's
Pretty
without
much so.
spoilers, like it's the same thing, and especially if you get to the end and you get what the story actually is when it changes.
Oh,
out.
yeah, I know that. I thought that
Yeah,
was going to
no
happen.
spoiler. You could have, but Lego,
Yeah.
they think about it. It's more than
Yeah.
just, the Emoji film was just like an advertisement for every
basically.
company. But the Lego films are
Yeah.
actually like, well, we do advertise all our toys, but we're going to tell you a good story.
Mm-hmm.
Batman, Lego Batman's like that. The Lego
Yeah.
games are like that too. They're a lot of fun.
Lego games are great. I used to play the Star Wars one all the time when I was at
Yeah, that's
youth.
great.
That was so much fun. I love that one. But yeah, no, I definitely, there was a moment in the Lego Batman movie that I thought, oh my god, they're gonna do what Lego movie did and kind of throw in like a massive plot twist, but they didn't, which I'm kind of glad about because it then makes it its own. It makes it its own original. But yeah, I think that's all I've watched. Oh, I watched some. Sorry, no, I just remembered this. It's not a film or like a show or anything. But I went to my friend's house on Tuesday night, and I walk in, and they've got like a clipper from WWE on. I was like, oh, this will be fun.
Okay.
It was Seth Rollins and Finn Balor.
Oh, from Raw, yeah.
Yeah, did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've watched that much. He did the curb stomp.
He did
Curb
the
stomp's
curb
back.
stomp.
After
But
it's since Mania 2 years ago, isn't it?
yeah,
Curb
but they
stomp.
banned it because no one could really land it right.
Yeah, he was.
And they found a plot hole. Not plot hole, but like a loophole. It's like, well, you can bring it back if you just change the name.
Yeah.
So I can't remember what it's called now.
So it's not called the curb stomp anymore.
No, it's called something else. So
Yeah.
you've got like
Hang on, let me ask my friend, he'll know.
Roman Reigns has that move, and I've forgotten what name it is.
Superman punch.
No. The
There's
other,
another one, isn't
the
there?
other one he does, which is
He's
like
got
all
another
about
one.
murdering,
Oh,
and that's not okay. But the curb stomp is okay.
He's got another move.
Yeah, he's got.
Yeah,
Roman
he's
Reigns
got like
Roman
two.
Reigns has moves. He's not
Yeah.
like a Cena.
He's got a spear.
No, I'm gonna look.
Superman punch.
It's my turn to look something up.
Normal punch.
Hang on, what was...
He doesn't have a normal punch. He has Superman punch.
Yeah,
Left-hand punch.
he does that. And then like punches the floor and screams and
Yeah.
stuff.
Ah,
I do like Roman Reigns.
There's
crap
like,
spear.
It's not.
It's not the greatest
so-
spear.
It's like the worst spear.
How interesting are you, Annie? I'm
What do you mean interested?
how into wrestling, not
Oh.
interesting. Very interesting.
I quite enjoy it actually. I do quite enjoy it. Did you see that Braun Strowman got fired and then rehired in the same match?
Yes.
Do you know why he got fired?
Because he pulled the stage down. Yeah.
It was the most stupidest thing ever.
We were talking about. I showed it Tom. It was
Yeah.
like oh, it was pretty well done. Like I was talking about like on our old thing, we were talking
Yeah.
about Kane's 90 yet. It was like, well, Kane's dead now. And Tom was like, no, Kane was crawling away. It's Brock Lesnar he killed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Drive by. That running drop kick he does.
Is that called a drive?
It's called drive by. Right.
Sick.
Drive by is probably worse than curb stomp in terms of association, but he's Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's the guy.
He's not really the guy, is though, is he?
Really pants.
He's not the guy.
He's the guy they want.
John Cena's the guy.
And John Cena's not. He's part time.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Cena's more commercialised, like in movies and shit. I'm like,
Yeah,
he's
but-
become a
yeah.
meme, like.
Yeah.
Him and The Rock. Right, okay, no. The Rock is the guy.
So
Roman
you
Reigns
are
is related to the guy.
Yeah.
Like big time. Or...
Not big time, no, but I do enjoy it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
what did they do? Something very okay with them.
See, I'm a SmackDown kid. Like
Mm.
Sami Zayn's and Kevin Owens just coming out, and just Sami Zayn just dancing around to Kevin Owens' music.
Oh
being
my
a
god,
jerk. I
Sami
love that guy,
Zayn's
Sami
music
Zayn.
is so. If you,
The little scarf, yeah.
Yeah, because my friends want to write like a show where like this guy gets is cheating on his girlfriend, whatever, and it's like towards the end he manages to get away with all of it somehow, and then they just want to have that music playing at the end where he comes out and goes, "I learned nothing." Yeah.
So did you enjoy Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor?
Oh yeah, it was good. I didn't watch the whole match. We just watched that bit. But like the Cesaro and what's his face, the other guy in the kilt. I can't remember his name.
Sheamus.
Yeah, came
The
out
bar.
and then we were like, oh, okay, cool. And then Finn Balor just jumps on 5 people and floors them, and I was like, that is amazing. So I'm a little bit in love with Finn Balor. I was like,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
it might. They may not, but you might see some Mexican wrestlers from 1997, and that's all they do in matches.
Well, we will see some Mexican wrestlers. The question will be, will we see
Yeah.
good Mexican wrestlers or bad Mexican wrestlers?
Super Callow, formerly Dallo,
Yeah.
has
Oh my
improved.
God.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
a guy. He wears like a mask that's like
Yeah.
tape, and sunglasses and a hat. It's really weird. And his trunks called Super Callow, but they
Yeah.
said Dallo on them the first time you.
First time we signed it,
Yeah.
they clearly were
And
mispronounced.
we're sure he's changed because
Yeah.
in like the 2 and a bit months wrestling time that we've been watching, he's gone from like not hitting anything to, wow, you're really good.
Yeah, and there was one week where at one point I'm pretty sure he lost like 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Like just suddenly lost 40 pounds. Like he was like clearly a really out of shape Mexican guy, and then he suddenly became a really in shape Mexican guy, and he was like,
How do you lose 40 pounds in a week?
that's why we think he might have
Right.
changed.
Like
I don't
a
think he's
completely
changed. I think he's
different
just wrestling.
person.
Wrestling's a superhero.
Aha, right.
It's like his son's taken over. Super Dallo's son.
Blackout. They've named it Blackout.
Yeah,
They named the curve stomp Blackout.
which is fine.
Yeah, but like, if you can land it well, it's fine. Like you
Yeah.
just have to turn your head and put your shoulder into it. But Anyway, this is completely gone
wrestling.
off track. Wrestling. Yeah, so
We-
that's pretty much what I watched in the week that I've been away.
That was a pretty good week. That's a good week to
Yeah,
watch.
yeah.
We've got a live wrestling show. It's like
Yeah.
ICW, like the small budget ones where you just cheer and stuff.
That great.
Yeah. My favourite guy. He's a bit different now. Shaw Samuels. He used to be an East End butcher that just screamed East, East, and you want your mag. And now he's like a good guy, and he still says
that's
East, but he smiles more,
Okay.
and he doesn't like. put
And he
his
fights
breeches
people that
up.
we don't
He fights
like.
people we
Yeah.
don't like,
Yeah.
and so there's no like. When he was bad guy, we used to like chant EastEnders and you what and stuff, but you don't do that to him anymore because he's a nice guy.
He's
Shaw
not a
Samuels.
heel anymore.
No, he's a face, big time face.
Yeah. They're trying to. They're like kind of making Roman Reigns a face, aren't they? But not a face.
He's sort of always been face, but then they
Yeah.
realised that like there's a group of the others that hate him, so they'll just push him
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, and it's like so interesting to see why they hate him, and I don't know if it's because of he beat the Undertaker and that was like his match.
It's mainly because of
or-
Daniel Bryan.
Oh, it's Daniel
Because
Bryan.
Daniel Bryan was good and should have got pushed, and instead they repeatedly pushed Roman Reigns when he wasn't good.
Oh.
So the audience got very annoyed at that. And then we finally got Daniel Bryan, and then they still continued to try to push Roman Reigns, but no one gave a shit anymore.
It was a perfect storm. There was the Daniel Bryan factor. There was the way they promoted him. Like he would say things like "suffering succotash, son." It's like we don't want that from our killers. They tried to make him like a nice guy, good guy, but also like he's a better wrestler than he was. Have you seen Bray Wyatt? The freaky guy, right? There was a bit.
Him and Matt Hardy just laughing
Yes,
at each other.
yeah.
It's terrifying.
Woken.
Yeah.
Woken.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. Have you seen like
Ah.
Final Deletion in his matches with Jeff Hardy where they fight at the compound?
I think so. Did he just go mental and just go delete?
He does that, but he has like is it something one Vanguard 1?
Yes,
which is a
yes, he's drone. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're the best. Broken Matt Hardy. Just look for like Final Deletion. It's the the wackiest. Like,
Do you know what even...
the water of reincarnation.
Oh my god. Matt Hardy's just mental. Like...
Senor Benjamin, his gardener. Senor Benjamin, pour out the gasolina.
This is not the incarnation I wanted.
Puts him back in the ring.
Oh, I love wrestling. It's great.
Skippy Joe, his kangaroo.
No, I did watch something else. I watched more wrestling. I watched the Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho Japanese match.
New Japan,
New Japan one, which was insane. I've never seen wrestling like that before because it's just completely different to American wrestling. And it was really interesting because I feel like that showed how much of a sport it was rather than a bit of a show. The American, I think, is more of a show, and I enjoy that. And that's how it came across to me.
Yeah, the mainstream American one is WWF or WWE. That's it, and they're cartoony. They've always been over the top characters.
Yeah.
If you go to the American independents, you have groups like Pro Wrestling Guerrilla and Ring of Honor that are that sort of in-ring strikey style. Two people trying to win a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you build up with feuds, but the feuds are just I want to beat you, or they're not like.
You betrayed me.
You married my daughter and then you're undead, so I need to beat you. It's not that kind of thing.
Wait,
was it just the Jericho?
What's that from?
Triple H.
Oh, right. Okay.
There's a Max Landis video about Triple H.
Okay.
But yeah, like the strong style, so lots of strikes and kicks to the head and injuries and stuff. But yeah, was it just that match you watched? Did you watch the whole show?
Just that match.
There's this guy called Maro Suzuki, right? He's like 40-something years old. He's like MMA, legit guy. So it's just fucking hardcore.
Yeah.
And he had a hair versus hair match. And he lost. So normally like WWF it'd be like a sneaky heel, he'd run away, get his head shaved. And he don't do that. Like his guys come and they pull him away. So he's just like going up the ramp. And he gets halfway up the ramp. And no one's telling him, no, you've got to go ahead and get your head shaved because it's Maro Suzuki. He's fucking huge. And then he just like stops. And he's pissed off because he wants to be a man of his word. So he storms back, grabs the clippers, sits down on the chair, shaves his own head, has a ponytail, throws it down on the chair, and just storms off, coming off angrier and more dangerous and pissed off than before the match, even though he lost. It was amazing. It's the greatest like post like hair versus hair match I've ever seen, just because the ending was just amazing.
Oh, I wish, because my friend Joe came round, the one who got really invested in the Lego Batman movie. He came round and was like, guys, I need to show you this, and then kind of skipped most of it. Like, he showed us one of those guys that was, I can't remember, he showed us something, it was like, oh, I'm just going to skip to the main article, like, what we're here for. And so we just watched the Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho match, but it was so good.
That whole event, it was like 4 or 5 hours. It was
just insane.
Yeah.
Don't think we could have done that.
If you want to see a really good match, Ricochet versus
Will Ospreay?
Well, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's Ricochet versus Ospreay.
Right.
If you look for that, they're like half an hour one where it's just everything.
Yes,
It's
because they're just so
amazing.
agile, they're just flipping around each other, and that's amazing, yeah. Or anything with Okada. Okada Kenny Omega is amazing. Okada Naito, that was a good match. Anyway,
so
wrestling.
that's what I've watched. Enough of my stuff.
Nice. Tom, watched anything? Anything worth talking about?
I've watched quite a few things.
Very well.
Totally. Right, I've watched one thing that's like a documentary.
Okay.
And like it's got 4 parts called Dope.
Oh, I've seen this on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting. It's basically about the drug trades in America.
Sick.
And it like has both sides to a degree. Obviously, cartels don't really want to be filmed, but some of the people that are distributing from them, they're perfectly happy to do it. Runners, they're perfectly happy to do it with masks on and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like both sides, and it's like talk about it, and it's quite interesting because you get people that are doing really messed up things, but are still very human. Like having like what there's like a boss in like one of the slums in Baltimore, and like he's talking about it, and like how he talks about it like really bluntly, and it's like he's talking about like people being killed and all sorts of stuff, but he's basically just going, it's what we do, it's what else we're meant to do. Have you seen where I live? It's like, this is what we were brought up in, this is what we is, this is how this world is.
All in the game, you know.
Yeah, it's just like, that's how it is. It's like, both my parents died from heroin overdoses. Hate heroin, but can't get any other job. I ain't got anything else to do. Sitting away to get money, so that's what I do. And talk about all sorts, talk about like kids and stuff. It's like, kids are the same as I was as when I was young. It's like the people they see, they've got the money and living decent lives and stuff, are the drug dealers. So what do they want to be? They want to be the drug dealers. And then you have like the cops on their side, and you have some of the cops are good, and like are just normal cops. You didn't have any like proper crooked cops, but I don't think documentaries really tend to show crooked cops because they don't like to do that. But yeah, like just different guys like talking about all sorts of shit. They did one of the episodes. They do the drug mules,
right?
And that was quite interesting because they're doing the drug mules and the border patrol, and they talk about each one, and they're like talking to each of the guys. So it's like, I assume they were done at different times.
Yeah.
But it feels like they were done at the same time.
Yeah, it feels like they're going after the guys that
gosh.
actually going through.
Terrifying.
I assume that given that they were filming both, that they were not going to be able to talk to the pilots looking over and looking at the land, and the pilots were not going to notice the guys on the floor being filmed and followed around. But yeah, so like, it's quite interesting. It's a different take on sort of drug crime and shit in America. Much more human.
Different take because you got to talk to the people.
Because you're talking to both people in the same, and unlike like a lot of stuff, you get to talk to both people. But how they tend to do it is they talk to like the cops from this city, and then they go to a different city and they talk to the guys there.
Yeah.
They're talking to the people, like both sides of the same
sections
each time. So they're doing border patrol with the drug runners.
Yeah.
And they're doing talking to both sides, and it's like literally you are there who is conflict and stuff. And you're doing the cops you're doing Baltimore cops and the gangs in Baltimore that you're talking to, and some of the gangsters are just really human. Still doing horrific shit,
Yeah.
but really humanised.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's The Wire.
It is. It's the Wire documentary.
Yeah.
Which is why I think it's so interesting.
That's cool. I
Yeah.
like that.
Um,
Where it's The Wire and Narcos combined.
yeah, basically. Yeah, I watched that. It's like 4 episodes. Worth watch.
Fair play.
Watch Gotham.
Yeah.
Which so far is great.
More Batman.
But, yeah, everyone keeps telling me that, oh, yeah. You got to this bit, yeah. All downhill from here.
No,
It seems great from here. It seems great.
It doesn't have a downhill. It's just... It's best when it's over the top and campy.
Yeah.
But it forgets that every so often and tries something else. And sometimes it's like, it's too over the top or too campy or tries... You'll see Gotham when it's great is amazing, and when it's terrible, it's so bad. It almost becomes that's worth watching just because of how bad some of the episodes are.
Fair.
Gotham, you familiar
No,
with?
not seen it. I just know it. I just
You know what it is.
Yeah.
You're not interested because you hate Batman.
Don't hate Batman.
Fairness, Batman's not in it. Batman's not in it, so...
I just don't care for the universe, I guess. Just don't care for that universe.
Most of the universe isn't in it.
So what is
give
it
time.
then?
Well, it's like they are, but they're just
Yeah.
younger. Like Riddler's in it, it's just not riddling.
Yeah. Well, it is
Catwoman's
Riddling.
in it, but
She's
she's
not-
called Cat because
She's called
everyone nicknamed her
Catherine
Cat.
or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
Selena Kyle. They just everyone calls her Cat.
She moves like a cat.
Is that the
I assume so. Like, very early on, they were very specific in, oh, she's going to be crouchy and really agile. People can call her cat, that's a reason.
Hiss.
Yeah.
It's still not as bad as Halle Berry.
No. I don't think you can get...
Itching cat guards.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Can you make Catwoman worse than that?
It's difficult to picture, isn't it?
No. So yeah, that's what I've been watching.
Nice.
Not gonna really go and do spoilers for either, but I'm enjoying Gotham. And most of the way.
Dude, I've watched
True.
4 seasons of
Yeah.
Gotham. Like, there's enough there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want spoilers, so...
And I like orphans, so I care about Batman.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, are you gonna like rip the shit out of me because I don't give a shit about I don't really care for
Orphans.
DC. Yeah, that's it. I just don't care for anyone or orphans,
Particularly rich orphans.
especially
Yeah. Yeah. Killed in an alley? What are you doing in alleyways?
Yeah.
No, why did you go to the theatre? No, I don't know. I just guess. Do you know when too many people around you are like, oh, Batman, and everything they wear is either Batman logo or they just want to be Batman, and you're just like, but Batman's not a nice man. Batman is not something to be. He's not something you want to aspire to be.
I don't know, it depends which Batman you choose.
No, he's all Batman.
All Batman.
All Batman are flawed.
Yeah.
He's a complete
Yeah.
psychopath.
Yeah.
That's Batman's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
So that's
no,
why I don't.
I understand.
Really, yeah.
Because trying to explain to people Batman, if they've never seen Batman, you're like, he dresses a bat and he's a man.
Because he's scared of bats
Yeah.
or something.
To be honest,
I don't know.
I'm a Superman kid. It's
Yeah.
like Superman's my guy. He has been
Yeah.
for many years. And
Yeah.
most people hate Superman. They think he's boring.
Yeah.
They think he's bland. And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, you don't. And then they try and make him not bland and boring. And no, it doesn't work. Because it's like, no, Superman's the nice guy that was brought up by good parents. His parents are also dead. Don't hate him for that.
Oh yeah, I
'Cause
know
he had adopted
that.
parents that
Yeah.
were really nice.
Yeah, but at least he got adopted parents.
Yeah,
At least he was brought
Yeah.
up to love and
Not just
to
a weird
be,
butler.
Yeah, weird. Yeah, no wonder why Batman's so messed up.
Yeah.
Like your butler's your dad. Like, why is my dad calling me sir? This is proper weird.
It is. In Gotham, it's quite interesting.
Okay.
Because it's essentially Alfred's instructions were, if anything happens to us, let him do what he wants.
Wow, no way.
Yeah.
Wow, parents of the year.
But also, Alfred in that is played by Sean Pertwee.
Okay.
It's like, you want your China. Like, cockney, angry, just badass. It's former
great.
SAS Alfred.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, someone attacks with a knife. I can bring them down in 10 different ways.
I love Michael Caine. Like, do you know what? The Dark Knight trilogy, I love that one. Because that was more real and that made Batman feel more of a human and it wasn't so, like, that other Batman. Do you know what I mean? I just really liked that and it felt like it could be real, like that could have happened. I mean, obviously it's a bit extravagant, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would posit that the reason they work, particularly the first two, I thought Dark Knight Rises has its own flaws, is they're actually not Batman stories, they're wider stories.
Yeah.
Like, there are large portions of Dark Knight where it's Joker or it's Two-Face's story, and Bruce Wayne is not even in the peripherals of this story.
Exactly.
And that's, when Batman in the comics is most interesting, is when it's other people around as well as Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Because I think Batman alone as a character isn't strong enough to carry a whole story on just him, is he?
Not without a good enough villain.
Yep.
There are Bruce Wayne moments that are amazing, but generally, you need something else going on, or a wider context, or you have Gordon or Robin or whoever around to give you more moments. Very few stories that are just pure Batman. Where Superman, amazing.
Yeah.
Fucking love Superman.
Batman's essentially the bad guy to the bad guys is when he's best. It's when it's the fear of Batman around the bad guys.
Film wise,
yeah,
that's the more interesting films generally have had the darker Batman. I don't know, because Batman to me, he's most interesting when he's being the detective, like the guy who doesn't kill and is part of a team and he's figuring things out because he's really smart, can he?
Oh, that's what pissed me off so much about Batman vs Superman, because I'm just like, mate, you've just killed about 5 people in 10 seconds. Oh, I don't kill anyone. You just threw a man off a 30-story foot build.
And then he brands them with a bat, where they even say like people with the brand get killed in prison, so it's like you're marked for death. Yeah, I hate Superman in that film too, so we all hate that film.
We all hate that film. We all. Zack Snyder, you have disgraced.
See, I hated Man of Steel enough that I didn't even bother watching that film.
I've not seen it, but I like the soundtrack.
Fair.
That's all
From what I've taken, I was right about that film.
Man of Steel?
Batman vs Superman. Because my prediction for it was that everyone was complaining about Ben Affleck and that he was going to be the least insulting thing of it.
Actually, Ben Affleck was probably the better out of that, and I was like, oh my god, I'm really surprised.
He's going to be the least problematic part of that film.
Yeah. I didn't mind Henry Cavill. I think he's a perfect Superman, aesthetic. And I don't think it was his fault. I think it's the script. Because as an actor, if you have a script that doesn't quite work, there's only so much you can do without insulting the director to make it work. Because as an actor, though you might be a multimillionaire and respected and whatever, you still have that authority. Not authority, was it? You still have that. What's the word? I can't think. Responsibility to respect your director because it's theirs. It's their project. So I think I would like to see Henry Cavill in a better Superman.
You haven't watched Justice League yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Okay. They basically pretend that Batman Superman didn't happen and that Superman was this really loved hero, so now he's dead. It's a really big loss. That's as far. The film literally begins with a YouTube video of 2 kids talking to Superman, and Superman looks really uncomfortable. He's like, yes boys, what do you want? And it's like, why do you do this? I fight for truth and justice and honour in the American way, because it's always worth fighting for. And it just completely instantly goes, and the whole film everyone's talking about how Superman was a symbol and what they need. There were Batman vs Superman. There's a couple of parts that I really liked. Yeah, Wonder Woman was great in that.
Yeah,
except when she was
watching...
the
last half hour was brilliant.
Yeah, it's just everything else. It doesn't have a story. It doesn't have anything.
No, it's just lots of bits of here's Batman, here's Bruce Wayne, here's Superman, here's Clark Kent, here's this, and then just put it together. And I was like, well, that's a film. No, it's not.
And then there's so Superman kid. One of the most interesting things about Superman stories is Lois Lane, because she's human, but she's canny and determined, and she constantly challenges Superman. Because Clark Kent is Superman's mask. Superman is Superman. Yeah. She challenges him and pushes him against, are you right to do this? Is this right? And he always seeks her approval for things. So if he's got Lois on the side, that stresses him out, and usually he'll change up what he's doing as a result of that. Yeah. And in Batman vs Superman, 3 times, or she is the princess in peril for Superman to save 3 fucking times, and then she gets a spear, and that's it. That's her whole thing is just constantly being in peril. No character, no anything. And then in Justice League, they make out like Lois Lane was this huge important person. And it's like...
I just kept laughing at the fact that they just pretended that Batman vs Superman never happened. Like, I that's really tickled me because I wish I could do that.
Superman's dead. It happened in terms of there's a story and Superman's now dead. It didn't happen as in none of the characters were the characters we saw in Batman vs Superman. So the Superman who died was a really liked superhero, not a weird alien that was on trial for destruction when he fought the other weird alien, you know? Kind of thing.
Yeah. Zorgo.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed Justice League a lot because it was.
Okay.
I know it's like been slated and stuff, but it was fun and simple, and like Ben Affleck's Batman worked because he was more jaded and trying to. Like, basically, he's the daddy to a bunch of other heroes.
Do you know what?
Wonder Woman's like Wonder Woman's sort of like his eldest daughter. Like he chastises her like an eldest daughter, but he clearly respects her. And then he's got like the Flash, who's brand new, and the Flash is like, I don't think I'm a hero. And Batman's just like, just save one. Just save one, and then you'll know. Right? I don't have time to watch out for you right now, kind of thing. And like Cyborg's like his adopted kid. Aquaman's like the neighbor who he's not really sure about.
Yeah.
I think there's another person I might be forgetting.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's it for the team.
Because I read, my friend lent me a comic. It was, oh my god, I proper laughed at him because he couldn't pronounce it. It's Babel, but he called it Babel. The Babel.
Tower of Babel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I read that. I really enjoyed that because that was like Batman had basically.
Oh, you're spoiling it already.
I just said Batman.
Let's not spoil.
Okay,
it shows
so
why
yeah.
Batman is a genius, and the thing I'm talking about he's best when he's the detective.
But so yeah, that comic book and what you said, Ben Affleck's Batman was like kind of married into each other.
They fit better like that.
That sounds good. So that gives me a bit of promise then. So I might watch it.
Give it a go because it's not as bad as people think. And if you hated Batman vs Superman, it's actually a nice okay. Phew.
It's a bit of an apology, I guess.
Kind of, yeah.
Sorry, this was so shit. Here's something better.
The reason it's such a financial flop isn't that the audience wasn't there for the film. It's that they'd already filmed. They were going to make 2 films. They already had this dark, brooding style. And then Batman vs Superman was an absolute flop. And the style and everything. So they had to change it up. So there's loads of weird colour correct bits and green screen moments and stuff. But I liked it. I liked it. It had me laughing. And I just enjoyed watching people be people.
Yeah, I really want to see Wonder Woman because I heard that was a really good success, and I'm really just as a woman, I'm so stoked that a female superhero has been done with justice, and it's not like she's all sexy but she can fight but she's still sexy. Let's not forget that
Wonder Woman. It has a difficult third act where it tries to marry it into the wider Justice League universe. All good?
Yeah, sorry, my mum picked up my headphones.
Hooray!
Yay! They're probably muddy. I dropped my phone in the mud as well. So.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was running for the bus.
Oh no.
Never mind, sorry, carry on.
I wonder, but it's very good. And Gal Gadot, is it Gal Gadot?
Yeah.
She's brilliant as Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of it is just because of the way she speaks. It just adds to her character. But it's all just charisma. And if you watch Justice League, like it begins with a Superman video and then you get the heroes doing their own little thing. Most people are just doing boring things. And she's like stopping terrorists. And just like yeah.
Nice. Well, she's a bit Israeli, Gal Gadot. So I think it's nice to not have someone who is American but looks slightly... just getting someone who isn't that... I don't know what I'm saying.
It's nice having a foreign female with a slight accent to her English, whose English A is strong enough that her acting comes through and she's there on merit, not just on looks. Who also isn't just in something like The Expendables to be there as the nasty bad guy. Do you know what I mean? And she carries it as Wonder Woman. In Justice League, she's like really kissed Wonder Woman as well because she's just enjoying being Wonder Woman. Yeah. And why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good role. It was a really good role.
Yeah. And, DC beat Marvel to that.
Yeah. Still waiting on a Black Widow film, but I doubt they'll ever make that. There's just so much with Black Widow.
I just want a Squirrel Girl. I've seen Squirrel Girl. I just want a Squirrel Girl.
I've been reading Howard the Duck and Squirrel Girl comics, and then I got so into it. I was like, Tom, you have to watch this.
My friend,
this Squirrel Girl, come on.
My friend Hannah's got a Squirrel Girl pop.
Oh, she's fucking brilliant.
I was like, I didn't even realise that was a Marvel.
Yeah.
It's
character,
amazing.
But yeah.
It's amazing.
Monkey Joe,
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Dr. Lieberman, Lucky Toes.
Amazing.
Fucking looks cool. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, what have you watched, Sam?
What have I watched? I've got one thing I'll
Sorry,
talk about.
did you finish saying
Oh,
what you
Yeah,
watched?
I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, Gotham. Did you want to say more?
No, I didn't want to do spoilers, and we ended up talking about
Yeah,
every
true.
other
Okay.
No,
thing
we
that's
do,
related
don't
to
we?
Batman. So
We do. Yes.
Gotham, good.
And maybe,
Next.
maybe we could name this title the Batman series. I don't know.
The Batman edition.
The Batman edition. Yeah, what have you watched, Sam?
And he hates Batman.
And he hates orphans. Rich orphans.
I've started but not finished watching The End of the Fucking World.
Do you know what? Someone was watching that the other day that I saw, and I saw that it was rated like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, okay. Don't know if I'd quite say that
No.
about it so far.
Okay, it was one of them stupid BuzzFeed pop.
It's not about the end of the world.
No.
Or I don't think it is. It's not where I've got to. It doesn't seem like it would be weird if an apocalypse came in now.
Yeah.
You got a boy, he's like 15.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch Black Mirror?
No, but I've seen like a trailer for
okay.
it, so I kind of know the premise of it.
Fair. He was just in an episode of Black Mirror.
Ah,
in
okay.
school. But anyway, he is like a school kid.
Mhm.
He's a bit of a loner. He has a really overbearing father, and he is a psychopath. It
Yeah.
started with animals and then
Mhm.
moved on, and he has decided he's ready to kill someone, and he has decided to kill a girl.
Mhm.
And this girl she has her mother's got a new partner who she's not very close to, and baby, so she's like the sort of odd one out, kind of left out of it. And she has like anger issues and is prone to anger and acting out, and she decides to ask psychopath guy out because she's decided she wants basically to experience oral sex, and she thinks he'd be good at it. And because he wants to kill her, he says yes to starting a relationship with her, but he keeps finding reasons not to kill her. He's like, yeah, I will kill her, but I'm going to do this first or do that. And they become like a couple, but you're not really sure how into it either of them is. And then they go on the run.
Yeah.
Like he's going to kill her. He's all planned to kill her. He's got the perfect opportunity to kill her. But then she's like, let's just steal your dad's car and go away. And he's like, I could kill her later. Might as well do this first. So I don't know if it's going to end with like he is a
That sounds
psychopath
really
or
fun,
it's like
though. Because it just sounds like this guy who
right.
just wants to live a bit, doesn't he?
it's really film full. So
Yeah.
it's very stylish, very well made. There's
Mhm.
lots of funny moments, lots of good character moments, and lots of really shallow moments or moments where it's like one bit the girl goes, sometimes I worry I ruin things. And then they just move on to the next scene. Like nothing bigger than that.
Okay,
It's Misfits.
Yeah.
At times it's Misfits season 1 and 2. At times it's the other bits of Misfits. Like it's just, it's uneven. It's film 4.
Yeah.
If you've watched film 4, it's exactly, you point to it and go, that's what film 4 does.
Yeah.
I know it's TV, not film, but it's Channel 4.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
a Channel 4 kind of teeny thing.
Yeah.
Looks gorgeous. It looks absolutely
Yeah, I
amazing.
might-
They use a lot
I
of
might
music
watch
in
it.
slow motion.
Cool.
End of the fucking world. The title alone was enough to like make me go, yeah.
Yeah. It sounds so angsty. I love it.
Yeah, it's not too bad on that so far, actually. Quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, cool.
Right, I think we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all good.
Yeah, we're good.
Right, thank you
We're
for
good.
listening.
Thanks.
Yeah, watch Batman.
Yeah.
Any version.
Disclaimer, I don't hate orphans. I just feel I have to put that out there, okay? Don't hate orphans.
Only rich fans.
Don't even hate rich orphans. They're
And
just
Batman.
orphans, aren't they? You can't. I just hate Batman. No, hate's a very strong word. I just dislike the hype around Batman. That's what it is.
The fans.
Yeah, it's like Ben Yahtzee, Zero Punctuation
Yes.
on YouTube, who just hates Portal fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah, he loves Portal beyond belief, hates their fans.
Yeah.
And he hates people who support orphans.
Stop twisting. Oh my god.
We better
You
end
can
this.
edit this, right? You can edit this and make me sound like, I don't know, Trump or something like that, and I'm not cool with that. So
It's not going to be edited. It'll
No.
just appear as is.
too much time.
Right, round it off.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
So, you enjoyed the one watched?
Yeah, it was alright, wasn't it?
Yeah, now you can get cleaned up properly.
Yeah. Wait, when are you doing that? Oh.